Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Soulful Feeling. My name is Rickie Byars, and I'm thankful that Sue Lingo is in the room and Rosalind Cobbs, and all my friends are coming in. I have with me Life Coach Ade Anifowoshe. His family calls him Ade. But I'm ruining his name, so we're just going to call him Ade.
Thank you very much.
How you doing, Coach?
I am wonderful. Happy to be here and see what unfolds. We are open channel for the divine, so we let it rip.
Our loving will change the world. Hey, Jules. Love, everybody. Love, when it's hard to love. Our loving will change the world. Hey, Mickey. Oh, love, everybody. Love, when it's hard to love. Our loving will change the world. Oh, sing all together. Sing, when it's hard to sing. Our singing will change the world. Hey, Max, hey, Kiana. Oh, sing, Marion. Sing all together. Sing, when it's hard to sing. Our singing will change the world. Care for each other. Care for the ones who need care. Our caring will change the world. Hey, I did, Cheryl. Care for each other. Care for the ones who need care. Our caring will change the world. Yeah. Oh, share who you are and share when it's hard to share. Our sharing will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Our caring will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Yes.
Healing is in session.
Yes. Hi, Erica. Seeing all the friends come on. When we can, I try to say the names so that we can, you know, and just let you know how much it means to have you here. Hey, Dorothy, Jennifer Berkeley, yeah, Meg, and others. Maxine, come on in, everybody. Come on into the room. Come on, my mama song. Come on in my room. Come on in my room. Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. In my room. Oh, yes, there is love in my room. Come on, y'all. Love in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my prescriptions, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. In my room. Oh, yes, there is peace in my room. Oh, peace in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor. Maybe you might say, Jesus is my doctor. Or you might say, Buddha is my doctor. And it writes out all of my scriptures. And it gives me all of my medicine in my room. In my room. Oh, yes, there are songs in my room. Songs in my room. Oh, music is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Hey, my goodness. Come on in now. So how you doing, Life Coach? How you doing, Jeff Noose?
Wonderful.
Jeff has 2 thumbs up. I guess that means he's doing well over there.
It's good.
Great, thank you.
It's super good.
Oh yeah. So we're all. I'm feeling so good right now. The music. When I say music, I never have used the words. There are songs in my room. That music is my doctor,
Yeah.
and it writes out all of my scriptions. So if you're from Australia, that's prescriptions. Descriptions. Write out all of my scriptions and gives me all of my medicine in the room. Because, these are some interesting days that we find ourselves in.
Yes.
Having these moments when we can come together to remember that God is more than this. That no matter what it is that's coming up, because everything is coming up.
Everything is coming up.
Yeah. It has been said that these are the last days and times, And so the deal is like, if we incarnated for these times, what is it that is ours to do? Yeah, we love Mama's cameo appearances at the Hot and Cool. She was something else, and it's like we come for just a moment to be here and to bring our grace and elegance, I think, to everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Or that God can deliver through us. Because I tell you, human beings have made a holy mess of this place.
And some are still insistent on making a mess of it.
Yeah. But, but in the midst of all that mess, there's love. In the midst of all the mess, there's community. In the midst of all the mess, there's joy.
Indeed.
There's the peace that passes understanding. And there's a knowing that we will do what we came to do here.
Indeed.
This is Earth.
This is what we're here to do.
Yeah.
Because we're here. And if it's not what we're here to do, we might as well do it since we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you talk about our caring would change the world, our caring is what's needed in a world where, leaders who are quick to use war as a solution or as one of the options, those conversations are being amplified, we get a good opportunity to show up. Like,
Yes.
what are we bringing to our table, to the table? What is ours to do? How
Yes.
am I going to make a difference? You know, in a world where be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, or you're going to die
Yeah.
is being amplified as
Yeah.
opposed to take care of your immune system, your mindset, eat
Yeah.
your vegetables and fruits and exercise. That's not getting amplified, which
Yeah.
it's all good. It is what it is.
Yeah,
But for
but you know,
me, any opportunity I
I heard
get,
this
I
guy.
would say
I
that.
had this. I just did the unthinkable. I stepped over Ade. Keep going, Ade. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I was like, unthinkable. What did she do? What happened? When?
I just
No,
got
just
so
the whole
excited because I heard this man talking yesterday on a YouTube, and it's still up. And he was saying, he was like, "Look," he says, "I'm not talking." He said, "This is not about vaccinations." He said, "This is about health and healing. That if
Yes.
we can take pharmaceuticals that already exist, that are now they're making very hard to get, that really
Yeah.
cure the virus, why aren't we doing that first instead of waiting for people to get so sick? They test positive and then you just go like, okay, go home and take care of yourself. And if it gets really bad, come back. It's like, no, if somebody tested positive, let them take the things that do already exist that could help them get better. And instead of that fear that you're going to die, you don't have to die. You
Yeah.
know, you can live, and we're not going to be talking about this the whole night. But what I'm saying is that point of view is like the 99th monkey. You know, it's like, it's like we do these things until we get an aha that wow, it could be different. Well, I already had the aha, and many of us have, but we have to be silent because sometimes it becomes it's about safety, our own safety, our families.
Yes. Yes.
So we
Wisdom.
have to, yeah, we and we're in the world. So you have
Yes.
to really know how to move in the world, but at the same time, knowing how to move in the world is keeping your joy, and not being pushed into doing things just because you're afraid.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that
Yeah.
we're here and we're standing in God, and so
Standing in God
thankful.
always.
Yeah, yeah, standing in God. Yeah, happy
And
Wednesday.
yes.
Hello, everybody. What a great group of people who are on with us tonight. I was talking to my good friend, Life Coach Ade. Ade? Did I say it right? Ade? Ade. Well, okay, one time, just one time. One time, and just one.
So you want me to say it the correct way one time.
Yes, just one time.
I did.
Ade. Did I do it?
You did.
It didn't sound
Eh,
like it, though.
right, because you don't have a Yoruba tongue.
That's right. So it's Ade from here on. Forget it.
That's why I tell people there are many variables that are acceptable. But aid, Adam, absolutely not. Yeah. So
But
yes.
but I was talking to Ade about we were talking today about his father and his caring his this time in his life where gets to watch his father become an elder, and his father's probably been an elder for some time, but Ade is now realizing that his father is an elder.
Realizing it, seeing it, experiencing it, and it is for me. It makes life real. It makes the spiritual principles real because I'm having to see the cycle, the circle of life. Like somebody who was to me was once a giant, as my father was taller than me. Now he's shorter, and it's like wow. He's still got his mind. He's
Yeah,
still a joker. He's still there, and I
yeah,
mean, he be processing and asking questions. If you ain't paying attention, you get tripped up.
yeah,
But to just be in that place, he loves me massaging him. I think we talked about that last week, and today when I was leaving London, coming back home to Leicester, he was like, "You didn't massage my feet." I was like, "Ugh," because I had like few minutes to leave. And I felt a little bit of guilt, and I was like, I had to shake it off. I had to shake it off. And my sister came to my rescue, said, "He'll be back on Sunday." I was like, "Whew." but he loves it. He can be sitting down watching TV, but the minute I start massaging him, fall asleep. He falls
And
asleep.
I think he didn't want you to go.
No, yeah, you're very right. You're very right. You speak his thoughts in a way that I don't know if you know you do it consciously, because there's, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, you said something. I was like, damn, Rick, it's so important. It's so true. Yeah, he won't say don't go,
Yes.
but there are things that he's going to say to kind of convey that, and which is why I kind of felt like, so anyway.
Yeah.
And it's the love, and I'm grateful to be having that experience. And I'm actually at a place where I won't say that I've learned all this lessons came from my dad. I'm in it. I'm
Yes.
in it right now. I'm in the stew. Everything is being added on. I don't know how I'm going to taste when I come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's scary. Sometimes I'm like, wow, is he getting ready to check out soon? Is he going to be here for many more years? I don't know. And I'm not going to lie and say, oh yeah, I feel like, if he checks out anytime soon, I'm going to be okay, because I know life never dies. I know that. But in this moment,
Yeah.
in my body, I know that life never dies and all that. I get it. But
Yeah.
my body is feeling that it does, or it will.
Yeah.
So
there's information
watch
in
that.
that.
Yes.
There's so much information in what you just said. Because we have these bodies, and these bodies are on temporary loan. They are going to change and shift, and we get to say something about the way that happens, and sometimes we get to say nothing about it. And we always want to feel like the ball is in, that my destiny is in my hands. It's like, no, your destiny is your destiny. If everybody, I know a lot of men would love to have had the destiny. If the destiny were in their hands, they would have come out as Kobe Bryant, before the crash. I mean, before
There's
the
that.
end, but it's like, no, it's like we are who we are, so that we can show up as we show up, and to be here wholly. And when we get into this zone where we can be here for the highest good, to get into the lane where that's the language is a triumph. It's a triumph to get into that lane where we can be here for the highest good.
Highest good.
The highest good, and to be present with our loved ones as they change, knowing that. But this is the peace that we don't always get. I didn't get this peace when my mom was alive, knowing that I will change, because I was so dialed into her and her changes. Y'all know what I mean? I was down. I couldn't be present. Like, one day this could be me. That wasn't where my mind was. My mind was, this is her, and I'm present with my mom. I'm present with her. It's a privilege to be present with her.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to do all these things, and I'm so tired. It's a privilege to do this. It's a privilege, to do whatever it is that needed to be done. But now, I'm looking at my own self, and nothing like having grandkids around to make you feel a little bit older, because they hungry all the time. And their parents be gone, and you got to come up with ideas. You washing the dishes. It's time to cook again. I was like, y'all got to go. I'm a public figure. But the thing is, it's like I was feeling like, this is not Rickie at 37. You know what I'm saying? It's not Rickie. This is different Rickie. No. Some people just don't want to deal with numbers at all. It's like, no, we don't deal with numbers. Life is whole, perfect, and complete. And I'm not, my numbers are like, no, you never were your numbers. But my granddaughter is 60 years younger than I am. You see, she's 10 years old. She's 10 years old 2 days ago. And it was her mother that goes like, wow, she's actually 10 years. You're 60 years older than her. I was like, wow. Not yet. I will be on October 10th. But it's
Everybody calm
amazing.
down.
It's
Yeah.
amazing that things change.
Yeah.
I what's his name? Ebert Edigan, the brother that wrote Everything Must Change.
Mm.
Nothing stays the same. Everyone will
Mm.
change. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There's are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the sky, sun lights up the clouds, and hummingbirds do fly. And then at the end, he says, "Music makes me cry."
Mm.
Like everything's changing.
Everything.
Everything. Your papa is changing. You're changing.
Hmm.
The earth is changing.
Yes.
The moon, the sun, everything is changing,
Everything.
you know. And it's
Yes.
wonderful. We get to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Our humanness brings our spirituality
A
alive.
little louder.
I said our humanness brings our spirituality alive. It's like that
Y-
physicality when we
yes.
really stay with it. And you talked about numbers. Yeah, but I don't count numbers. I don't do this. I mean, all of it is just what it is. It just depends on how much you're identifying with it.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, there's a time where the number is important and then times it's not important.
Right.
It
Right.
is what it is. But what I find is just the more, I mean, because I'm in a place now where I feel like something is shifting in me, the way I work, the way I move. Like I used to be in, I gotta work, I gotta work, I gotta work. And life is happening in a way that's not happening right now.
Yeah.
So something is shifting. Like you said,
Can't do it
waking
no
up,
more.
can't do it no more. Having to wake up and then just sleep. And, I love my sleep to wake me up when I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
But there's something about love. And when I say love, caring for a loved one,
Yes.
that just, yeah, I recognize. And that's another reason. When I came home, I was exhausted. I was like, I took a 45-minute nap and I was like, oh my God. If
Yeah.
I was working at Kroger or somewhere, I'd be like, I ain't well, I ain't coming in today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took me a while to get up, but there is something even in that
Yeah.
because it reminds me why I partly having my sleep interrupted. And you said, oh, it's like really just grateful to have that opportunity because it's disrupting patterns. It's disrupting patterns that I've been praying to release.
Yeah.
That maybe I've been actually trying to use my intellect to release it. I'm like, why
Yeah.
am I still doing this?
Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
said, I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I got you.
Yeah.
And yes, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's
A,
happening.
a friend of mine, there's some great comments. Karen Rebecca says, when I was in this space with my being an elder, with my being an elder mom, I tried to capture the moments in writing when I had a chance to unpack each day.
Hmm.
When I was in this space with my being with an elder mom, I think that's what she meant. I tried to capture the moments in writing when I had a chance to unpack each day. And I did that too, Karen. Karen and Rebecca. I wrote a lot, you know, during my years with my mother, especially the final days. I wrote a lot in the journal, and the days that followed because it's a special time. And now I'm on the other side, way on the other side, and wow, it's amazing that you never get used to her being gone. She's, it's like, and the thing is like, I had something, somebody asked me a question in my mind. So this is a scenario in Rickie's mind, okay? When I wish in my mind, it was going like, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, but it was like a little highway going, and in it, somebody was interviewing me, and they were like, tell the truth. Do you miss Michael?
Mm.
Tell the truth. Real honest. That's what the interviewer said, and I was like, no, I don't. I don't miss Michael. I said, you know why? Because Michael will be with me always.
Mm.
Like he's with me always. He's not with me. He's with me always because he's in my heart.
Yes.
He's in the music. He's in the songs.
Right.
So I don't miss Michael because he didn't go nowhere. I went somewhere, but when I left, I took it all. It was all with me. It's all in me.
Yes.
And all that, and so I have gratitude. Yeah, and that was a good answer. Praise God.
Everything must change.
But my mom's with me.
Yes.
She's so with me. When you can get to that frame where you go like, she's with me, and she's in me. As a matter of fact, I got a little roll of fat coming over here. I declare that came from my mom.
You gonna put it on her.
Well, it seems to happen with the time. Even if you do all the little things and stuff, you do you be mad sometimes because you go like, I done all this stuff, and where you coming from? I did my insurance work. I did my leg raises and everything.
I did my insurance
And when this
work.
thing showed up right here, like 10 years ago, I was like, oh, forget it. You know what, y'all? I've been lifting these weights, and this thing going like jiggle, jiggle. And then finally, I was like, hey, that's music.
That's
That's poetry. That's poetry, baby. Hey, Nana Ama Dankwa, welcome into the B Hood, baby. We have the great Nana Ama on with us, and Laverne. Yes. Let's see what's happening. Maxine, I love you. Everybody's in here on Everything Must Change. I am not doing it. And thank you, Bernard Eigber. Thank you, Charles Holt, for that information. That's the man who wrote Everything Must Change. A great song. He passed on, but oh my God. You didn't know who he was, but I bet you know his music. Mm-hmm. And that song will be here for a long time. Trusting the gift within, trusting the love I know, I step with greater faith. Into the world I go, and in the days I have, let there be time enough to bring a mighty, mighty gift of joy. Move from the gift within, move from the love you know, and step with greater faith. Into the world you'll flow, and in the time you have, you will be strong enough to bring a mighty, mighty gift of joy. The world is calling me to come alive immediately, to share the good and do my best with all my love and tenderness. And I am learning how to live with those who need me now, and I find I need them just as much as the flowers need the sun. So trust your gift within, trust in the love you know, and move with greater faith. Into the world just flow, and in the days we have, there will be time enough to bring a mighty, mighty gift of joy. Charles, the world is calling me just as much as the flowers need the sun. So trust the gift within, trust in the love you know, and move with greater faith into the world. Just flow, and in the days we have, there will be time enough to bring a mighty, mighty gift of time enough. Bring your mighty, mighty, while there is time enough. Bring your mighty, mighty gift of joy. Bring your mighty, mighty gift of joy. The world is calling you to come alive immediately, to share the good and do your best with all your love and tenderness. And Ade, you are learning how to give to those who need you now. Yeah. And you'll find you need him just as much as the flowers need the sun.
Yes.
That's a great song.
Whew. Yes.
I love that song, A Mighty Gift of Joy. If you have the soulful feeling, that the story about that song is in there. The Mighty Gift. Yeah, that song was written right before, I think it was the earthquake in Haiti. The first, that one about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. We've gotten to that point in the show where it's just like, I ain't got nothing else to say. You know, when it's been said through the music, through the chat, it's just like, yeah, this shows for me like prayer.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to a point when you just pray, you know it is done. You can just release it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is, and so it shall, and so it shall be.
So it shall be.
I share.
I share. I share.
Yes.
My
Yes. Go
life
ahead.
is a good life. I share. My life is good. I share. My life is a good life. I share. My life is good. Many of us are that space of caring and nurturing for our parents. Just know we're here for you, breathing with you, knowing that you will make it through. And that is a privilege you will find to take care of our parents, our loved ones. It's a joy, man. Yeah, it's a joy. It is a joy.
The joy is a joy. I mean, just now I'm thinking of my sisters. I mean, they're in London, and that's where Dad is as well, especially my younger sister. I mean, I feel like I'm interning with her. When it comes to caring, I'm looking to her. You know, my younger sister becomes my older sister. in a school of caring,
Yeah.
and some people do it just by default. Some people do it because they have to, right? Some people do it because they look around. It's like, I'd rather not. But what's the option? Me. And her courage just gives me strength,
Yeah.
to watch somebody else do something that it's a challenge.
Yeah.
And I think we often are running from challenges and things that are painful, and I get it. But even in the midst of the challenges, it's pointing us to the answer. You know, it's pointing us to what is true. It's pointing
Yeah.
us to remember.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a interesting time, and a
You know,
lot of people are going through it and growing through it. There's a lot going on, but we
y-
must always come back to the song, come back to prayer, come back to the truth, come back to what we know is true. Whatever we believe is true, we don't even have to debate. However, your understanding of God, if it's working for you, just hold on to that. Just one thing. You don't need to understand all of it. Just
yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, lately, is everything is working together for my good. That's all I need
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Everything is working together for my good. When it
Yeah.
gets a little bit more shaky, trust in God with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And
Right.
just use that to bring me back to the center, to bring me
Yeah.
back to the center.
Yeah.
Because, we
Yeah.
stand in God. And if we can't stand in God, God is standing in us. So
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
need to remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And very well said. You know, Jeff shared some information with us about the ghost forest that I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of for good reason. There's a lot that I'm not aware of in the world, and there's a lot that I am aware of. So, but I want Jeff to talk about it a little bit because it's like it's a time for us to really check out what we're doing that might contribute to this situation, or maybe just to become aware of it so that we can send prayers up to our plant ancestors.
Well, the article I was reading was about the forests along the east coast of the United States, and typically they have protected the inland from weather, but because of the rising seas, salt water and seawater is sinking, is getting into the ground along the coast and suffocating the trees. So they're turning from green to white because they aren't getting the oxygen they need, and they're starting to die off. But they call it a ghost forest because the trees are turning white, and it's starting somewhere around Georgia, South Carolina, I believe, and working up the coast. And they showed a few pictures, and the trees just they just look white. And as the seawater rises, we're going to see more of these sort of things happening. And I don't know what we can do to change it, because what'll happen if those forests die, then that part of the country will no longer be protected from the weather and the hurricanes coming in.
Well, the seawater rising has a lot to do with the melting of the glaciers, and which has a lot to do with the climate, and so even though it may not make a bit of difference, if we can just not do plastic water, if we can just kind of try to recycle the plastics, even though we hear like, well, they only recycle this part and they only recycle that much, put it in a recyclable bin anyway, and pray, that eventually all the systems catch up so that it can that material can be reused, and we don't have to depend on plastic. Because in my lifetime, when I was a kid and teenager and young adult, there was no bottled water like that. There was no bottled water.
I wonder if we can pray for those who are making the decisions for the companies that are choosing to use plastic or glass. For those folks that are making the decisions, if there's something we can do to pray for them to make the right decisions.
Well, I tell you what,
us.
if you don't buy it, that helps a lot.
That does, yeah.
It helps a lot. Look, I remember when there was
Yes.
there was not much talk of organics in the 70s. Organics felt like you were talking about organza. What's organic? What's that? What's that? Then oh, but organic, And the folks are talking about organic. They always had locks. They always look so cool, man. The rock
And wear sandals.
and they played guitar. Not the drummers,
Flowers
baby. It
in
was
their
the
hair.
guitars, baby. But anyway, and they would be talking about organic foods. And then, moving to LA, it was really a good move for me on a lot of levels. But because of the weather and watching how things just grow in California, they just grow. California is a real growing. This country, man, is so fertile in so many ways. That looking at food choices and beginning to make determinations of what will work and what you want to have in your livid or diet, depending on what you call it, and eventually, little by little, allowing myself to be influenced by the people around me who brought such good information to me. They helped me to change my thought about food. And my thought about the animals, my thought about plants, my relationship to the earth. It was very, very important.
Well, you were talking to me earlier before I went on about changing my diet. And the interesting thing about the things you were telling me I could eat or should eat in order to shift some things in my body are organic plant and whole foods that I can go to the grocer and get that won't be wrapped in plastic, and it won't be it will help prevent single-use plastics by buying some of those foods and going to farmers markets and such.
Man, I feel so guilty hearing you say that.
Why?
Because the vegan market now has been really, really inundated with a lot of packaged foods.
Oh.
So, there's a lot of stuff in plastics, just eggs, cute little yellow jar.
Well, as convenient as those plastics are, those are single-use plastics that go straight into. If you don't put it in a bag to go into the where they haul the garbage, it more than likely will end up in the ocean or somewhere.
Well, I put it in the right place, but I was just looking at the way packaging now. Even not even food. Like if you order something, we're going wide here, but we're going to come back, folks. Don't leave. Yeah, but this is our life. It's like it's all holy. I mean, it's all holy. This is a holy conversation, because when we're talking about sea level, the water coming in, killing the trees and everything. I was with my good friend Dorothy James today, and there were 3 palm trees, right? And she said, "Look up there." She said, what was the question? She said, which one isn't real? There's 3 palm trees. Which one isn't real? And I was like, and I'm looking out, I was like, oh, wow. And one wasn't real. One had a trunk that was brown. It had some fake looking leaves that mimicked the other leaves.
Wow.
And then it had these towers.
It's a cell tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had about 5 different blocks on it. And the trees around them didn't look healthy.
No.
The real trees were not doing well. It's like, I mean, these are things to consider. I mean,
It's all connected. We're all connected to all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So this is just as spiritual, and it's part of us.
It's our earth.
The organic of us is getting changed by all of that stuff.
Man, y'all should see Jeff is just brilliant over here on the side. The organic of us is being changed. That's true. So, but we're still in it to win it. Because what happens is that if you don't do something in your life to make it to affect it a little bit. So the way I got to start talking about organics is nobody was talking about organics. Then organic became a word. And then we learned what organic was. And when food was organic. And now you can go into Ralph's, Ralph's, but you can go into major grocers and they have organic food there. And it's spreading. Wake up, Ade. It's spreading.
I'm with you. I'm just nodding. I'm listening.
Let's bring it back to you. Your music is organic, and it flows into that realm that we're speaking of. It reaches all of those points in us that is organic, and it speaks to that. And I think that's what I feel when I hear your music. It touches that part that we really would like to touch the plants and the earth and the water in that same way.
Yes. And I'm listening to the plants. Yeah. That's the other thing, the plants. Like, when it's like, that when it was, the flowers gave to me. It's true. That wasn't just flowery words. Like, I can sing a song. Well, what kept me sad was a story in my head about what I never had, what I never said. But I can sing a song the flowers gave to me. It helps me to be strong. It helps me to be free. Now when I'm walking with you, I'm walking with God. When I'm talking with you, talking with God. When I'm praying with you, I'm praying with God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. Even the cell towers.
Yes.
When I'm laughing with you, I'm laughing with God. Singing with you, I'm singing with God. In the arms of my friend, I'm in the arms of God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. Yeah. There is a road, a journey we must take. It starts from within. It's just a thought away. I can sing a song Spirit gives to me, and it helps me to be strong. It helps me to be free. Now when I'm walking with you, I'm walking with God. When I'm talking with you, I'm talking with God. When I'm praying with you, I'm praying with God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. Yeah. It becomes something better. Might kill us before we see it. But this earth is spiraling up. It's spiraling up. The earth is still free. She's free in her expression. She's doing what she has to do to maintain. It would look like the trees that go white and then they fall down and they become something else and it becomes fertilizer and something else rises up. And before you know it, it's green in a different kind of way. We might not be here then, but it's all right. We're here now. So we can give thanks. We can bless our earth and know that our prayers will flower where they land. I'm thankful. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Mother Earth got it. Because I got this.
Yeah.
Mother Earth is a grandmother who knows love in a deep way, right? So I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
We just got to wake up to ourselves.
Well, and you do the best you can.
That's right.
You know, you do
That's
the
right.
best you can. You do your best you can to live a natural life. You minimize, use less, and give more, and smile,
Sing.
and sing. Take care of yourself in a holy, holy way. Learn from all the ways you fall, you know, and love heals us in the midst of all of it.
Yes.
You know, love heals us. Hey, happy birthday, Aiden. Hey, Lucky, I'm walking with you, brother Bobby May. Yes. Hey, Lucky, when is your birthday? Are you Virgo, my brother? You know, I know, you know, you holy. He said, I don't know nothing about that, Sister Rickie. I'm just here for Jesus. He's here. He's in the room. The great
Oh,
Bobby
boy.
May, man. Brother's
I
got a
love you,
heart of
Rickie.
gold. Hey,
I
guess
love
what,
you,
you
Rickie.
guys? B Radio is on her way back. I just want you to know.
Nice.
Somebody came on to help us get that station back up and running. I thought so. Happy birthday, Lucky. Happy birthday, Aiden. My granddaughter, Kariku Saskia. It's like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You know. Let's just give thanks. Do our best. We've been here before. So B Radio is coming back. So here's a shout out to Brother Marcus, one from the B Hood, Brother Michael Ryan. I mean, the brothers came on strong. Lona Elias, who will be helping us on down the way.
Nice.
We're just giving thanks for the people who are coming forth to get the radio up. They say, we miss B Radio. So thank you.
Yep, that's too powerful to not be around.
What'd you
B
say?
Radio. It's too powerful not to be around.
Yeah.
It's a powerful medicine.
Such an honor to walk the earth, to see the sunset, sunrise, to have our plants, our pets, our families, our loved ones, this earth experience. It's really great. Thank you, all of you who came with us tonight on the thread. Knowing that we are blessed by each other's presence. The only God we'll ever know right now is the God that we're meeting right now. Hey, that might not be the truth. That's what came out of my mouth. You might know something else. But I know in me, when I show up, I want you to see God. I want you to say, hey, man, don't you feel good when you're around her? Now that she healed, and ain't talking about people. She's talking about God. Something good. Talking about joy. Talking about ways we can work together to reveal something mighty and holy together. We're blessing our children, the unborn, those who've gone on, and those who are here. Blessing our parents. It might have been a very tumultuous relationship. You might not have known them at all. But we know you, so they did something good. Because if you're in the space, you are certainly the blessing.
Yes.
Your presence. Bless you, Kevin Ross. Jennifer Berkeley, all the practitioners on the thread. Thank you for praying, holding the high watch, holding the field. And you don't have to have a license, just an intention to be here for God. Be here for God. I want to say thank you. Thank you. We bless Life Coach Ade and his father, his brothers and sisters at this holy time in their life. Blessing you, those of us who are attending to our parents or our grandchildren or our children or ourselves. Return to me. Return to me with every breath. Return in and begin with me with every breath. Return to love. Return to love with every breath. Return, oh wind, and begin with love with every breath. Return. Return to peace. Return to peace with every breath. Return. And I began with peace with every breath. With every breath, return. With every breath, return. With every breath, return. I return. I see you Sunday morning for the devotional, 10 to 12 Pacific time, 1 to 3 Eastern time, something UK time,
6 p.m. UK time.
6 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I love you, and I appreciate you. Return in here with every breath. Return, and we're going to be all right. God bless.
Peace and blessings. Yes.